Yeah, that's it. That was hard to watch. That was really tough to watch, man. You know, it's rough. I've been covering these guys for so long. Sometimes I forget that I've been on YouTube for fucking 10 years. And to see... Let me see.
And that's it. Omar Figueroa Sr.
And to see, like, you know, a boxer's, like, beginning of their career to when, like, they're on top of the world to, like, the end, that shit can be kind of sad sometimes. But I think it should have, you know, I'm guessing his pop was letting him go out on his own terms, you know. But I would have liked to have seen that stopped a little bit earlier. But yeah, guys, that's it. Look, that's it. He's done. Pulled out by his father, his last fight of his career. Ain't no coming back from that. Ain't no coming back from that. You know, so I'm hoping that he's taking care of his mental health. He said he was diagnosed with bipolar. And I had to do a lot of research on that years ago because I was like, one thing, like, you know what I don't like? I don't like people trying to diagnose you when they don't know what the fuck they talking about. So a woman I was dealing with kept like, you know, you got bipolar. But in reality, I was a lying, drunken cheat. I used to be a womanizer. So I used to drink a lot in my younger years. Y'all seen it on YouTube. If for those who really remember, like, I used to be like a drunk, like a big time drunk. So she ended up trying to ruin my life when she found out, like, oh, so now you sober, you really not bipolar, so you just can get your life together. Anyway, you know, we're not talking about that. The point I'm trying to make is, you know, the mental health issues, and I always said this. Omar Figueroa and his brother who fight just like him. They don't have the style that if you have a bad training camp or you got some shit going on in your life, you know, where you gotta really like will yourself to win and throw a whole bunch of punches and shit. They don't have that. You know, like they don't have like, you know, I hate to say it, but like pure boxing ability, the type of ability that's going to take you far to be a champion. And this is the harsh truth. To be a champion, to be a reigning champion. You know, they're just straightforward, come forward, one-dimensional fighters. And for a guy like Omar to have been going through what he's been going through, you know, and probably it not being in camp and the fire not being there inside of him, that's who he is. A straightforward, like, he, no matter what, he's going to be coming straight for you. But mentally, he just don't got it no more. He just don't got it. Like, it's sad to see it go out like that, but he ain't been looking the same for a while now. You know, he's been known to notoriously have hand issues. It's just that I hope, you know, that his family is going to make sure, you know, and I'm hope that they did, you know, I don't know, but I'm thinking he's made some millions in his career. I don't know, you know, how much, you know, it's not my business, but I'm saying he should, you know, be taken care of and his family should be making sure he's cool. You know, you got Brandon out there. I see the same thing with Brandon, not the mental health stuff, but like, you know, that style, you know, and it's their style. You know, you can't knock it. Damn, he's upset. You know, you can't knock it. Let me see. Did they announce anything? They giving him his moment. By the way, I hate that arena. Like, it's just dingy and real old 70s Shangiers casino hotel. Like, it's just, you know, I think Luis Ortiz fought there, right? Charles Martin. Turn it up.
Christopher Young stops the contest upon request of the corner.
Tangiers.
He is the winner by way of technical knockout, Sergiy Samurai Lipinets.
The best way to say it is he's just a husk of himself. But yeah, by the way, Sergiy Lipinets looked good. Looked good, sharp. 140 is where he needs to be. That 147 shit way too small.
Well, the numbers will reflect how one-sided this match was and how much Sergiy Lipinets dominated. You know, landing 47% of his power punches, everything other than the jab, and the margin of the punches he landed versus the number that Figueroa landed, you know, is huge, more than 3 times more. So a dominant performance for Lipinets for sure with those numbers.
And that's not Figueroa only landing 44 punches.
And
it was 8
we
rounds.
have Jim Gray standing by with Sergiy Lipinets. Jim?
All right, Brian, thank you very much. Alex will once again translate for us. Your performance was tremendous tonight, just on 5 days' notice. How would you describe what just occurred?
Очень хорошая, сегодня ты показал работу хорошую. Всего на 5 дней у тебя было на подготовку к этому бою конкретному. Как ты думаешь, как ты оцениваешь свою работу сегодня?
Ну, это впервые я встречаюсь с таким воином, мексиканцем, который идет вперед, бьет без остановки, терпит столько ударов. Он достоин уважения, мой соперник. И по-моему, я выступил отлично.
He thinks he did real well, considering the fact that he was off the ring for a little bit. So it took a second to take the rust, to shake the rust off. But he fought. He had a really, really tough and good fighter in front of him. This is the guy that you gotta, just admire his ability to stay there, take punches, throw punches. So his head is off to Omar first of all, and hopefully everybody is going to be safe after the fight.
Let's take a look, if you can, at the monitor here and tell us about the knockdown that occurred in the second round.
Посмотри, скажи, как ты этот нокдаун видишь, что произошло?
Правый попал точно в цель, прямо в челюсть. Хороший правый боковой. Мы очень долго готовили с моим новым тренером, с Джастином Фотчином, поэтому зашел как нужно.
Well, this is the punch that me and my new trainer Justin Fortune were working on for a long time, and the way Omar came at me he was square at that time, and I kind of placed it right on the money.
Even though your job is to do the best you can during a fight, when you're inflicting so much punishment, are you kind of hoping that his corner will stop it because you know you're in complete control?
Твоя работа, конечно, драться, боксировать и делать свою работу здесь до конца, но ты надеялся хотя бы на то, чтобы остановили этот бой пораньше, чтобы все-таки Умар не получал столько?
Это бокс, я не могу думать о сопернике, мне нужно думать о себе, нужно думать, должен быть фокус на атаке, на защите, ничего другого, я не должен ни о чем думать больше.
More or less, I was too focused on protecting myself and trying to stay there all the way till the end. It's a job and I have to get it done, and that's all there is to it. Of course, he's concerned about Omar, of course, but this is not his job to stop it or do anything else.
Final thought, what did you learn from 16 months ago against Ennis and that loss, and then now coming down to this weight? Is this just a much more comfortable weight?
Что ты, какой ты
It's my weight. 140, it's my weight. I come back. I want to say thank you very much, everybody, fans, boxing.
Thank Al Heyman.
I want to say thanks, Al Heyman, BBC, Luis de Cubas, Showtime, Mr. Espinoza, everybody around the world. Спасибо большое всем пацаны, кто за меня болел, кто смотрит. Моей жене большое спасибо. Вика, я тебя люблю. Лева, Марк, мама, я вас сильно люблю. Казахстан, бабушка, этот поезд отправляется к вам. Я привезу его с собой. Спасибо всем большое.
Thank you so much. Omar, how are you doing?
I'm just disappointed. We worked so freaking hard, and I don't know. I guess my body has reached its limit. I've put it through a lot. I've been doing this.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Good fight. I've been doing this for 27 years, and I think my body's reached its limit. I mean, I put in work like never before, and it's just disappointing. I'm sorry, to the fans that were expecting a great fight. I worked my ass off, I promise you guys, but I guess my body's just done.
How difficult of an adjustment was it for you to prepare for one fighter, Adrien Broner, and then 5 days before the fight have to take on what you just faced?
No, that's no excuse. That doesn't change anything. We worked our asses off, and my body just didn't respond. And like I said, I think it's just reached its limit. I think I've reached the end of the line here in boxing, and it's, I don't know. It's occupied my life for 27 years now, and I think it's just had enough. I mean, the fans were expecting a great fight. I tried to give them a great fight, and this is all I could do. I'm sorry.
And you've battled through so much. You told us that this was the happiest that you were in boxing at any point in your career, and so now to have it come to an end, as you're stating, what will you look forward to? Will you try and stay in the game?
Well,
Not as a fighter, but I mean in some other form.
Like I said, it's occupied my life for 27 years now. I don't know if I want any more to do with boxing, but I'm at a loss for words. It's just disappointing. I'm disappointed in myself, but also I had some of the happiest news I've received. My daughter was born earlier today, and even more so, I wanted to put on a good show for her, and I'm just disappointed. I want to thank all the fans. I want to thank Al Heyman. I want to thank Showtime, PBC for giving me another opportunity. I'm sorry I let you guys down. To all my fans in boxing, I try to give you all the best every time I step in the ring, and I have my team and everybody at the gym to vouch for me. I worked my ass off like never before. I'm happy that I got to enjoy this last camp and be happy throughout. It's the first time I ever got to do that too. So, to everyone suffering from mental health issues, this one was for all of us. Just me making it here to this ring and getting another opportunity on this big stage after going through everything that I've gone through, it's just, don't ever give up. Keep up the good fight. And I know it's tough. I know, I know what those dark places are like, but we just got to keep fighting. Got to roll with the punches.
Omar, thanks so much. We wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you all.
Multiple things. Congratulations to him, his lady, and, for the baby. He's got that to go home to. And hopefully, that'll keep him even keeled so that the mental health, because I was diagnosed with a post-traumatic stress disorder about 4 years ago. And let me tell you something, before I found out what was going on, I was wondering like, oh, no wonder why I'm, such a hothead when it comes to certain things, but then I've learned, unfortunately, I break, the fourth wall. When you're my size and you're a big black guy, we can't get angry. That's just how it is. We can't show emotion. Even if we never harm nobody in our lives, we can't show emotion because they be like, big black scary man, he's probably going to wild out. But, I guess the point I'm trying to make is, it's good that once you understand what it is that you're dealing with, and he seems to be in a good place where he understands, maybe what his triggers are. And, that, like he said, it's the first time he actually had like a happy camp. But there's some other things we have to talk about how this fight was supposed to happen 6 months ago, according to Broner. And that basically he's been in a 6-month camp or something like that. So you have to think Figueroa's been in a long camp too. And maybe he just got burnt out in camp, But I like that he didn't make any excuses. And shout out to him for being like, nah, you know what? I'm not fighting no Sergiy Lipinets. Give me somebody else a little easier. Like they took a tough fight on 5 days' notice. On 5 days' notice, after losing 2 fights straight, one of them in which you got stopped against Abel Ramos, where he pretty much gave up in the corner. So he's been relatively inactive, in this, he did have 2 fights in 2019. Let's chalk 2020 up to the pandemic. 1 fight in 2021, and then look, August, 1 fight, in 2022. So inactivity can kind of fuck with some fighters too. And, it's taboo to talk about, but like PBC, like they clearly have some issues. How people say, oh, people been wishing for their downfall for so long. But no, it's not that. It's just like right now, like they don't have enough dates to accommodate all of their fighters. Like, so, I'm hoping they got something cooking, maybe a Paramount Plus deal, the streaming app, or, like something. Like, man, this is a case like where a lot of them fighters could be on the zone, but hey, I'm not getting into all that stuff. But now, don't be surprised if you see Sergiy Lipinets also in the mix for possibly to fight Gary Russell, Antoine Russell, or Alberto Puello. Or even Bakhtir Akhmedov, who lost to in a controversial decision. That's they've been on the same card, so I think that's realistic to think about that. And as it stands right now, we talked about it in a previous video, but Josh Taylor recently vacated his IBF. So basically, he only has the WBO title. He's heavily rumored to be fighting Jack Catterall again. The IBF ordered Jeremiah Ponce to fight Sabril Matias for the vacant IBF. Alberto Puello defeated in the fight before this one, before the main event, Alberto Puello defeated Bakhtir Akhmedov. He's now the only WBA champion at 140. And you have Jose Zepeda and Rigas Prograis teams in talk for a fight for the vacant WBC title. Jose Ramirez is getting married. Teofimo Lopez beat Pedro Campa last week, may be returning December the 10th. Heisman week. I forgot the exact date, but December 10th or the 18th, I believe it's like the 10th. He may be fighting Arnold Barboza. Liam Pyro, who's ranked number 1 by the WBO, he's going to be fighting Brock Jarvis later on in October or so. So with that being said, take your time out, like the video, subscribe. Shout out to Omar Figueroa, man. You know, I'm covering a lot of like retirement fights these days, you know. Oh shit, Brandon Lee lost? What the hell? Why did he just get the shit? Oh, he won, but he got the shit knocked out of him. Oh, I gotta cover that fight. They're showing the highlights. I'm watching on Showtime Anytime. And they're showing, you know, as they're closing out the card, the highlights. But bro, he got the shit knocked out of him. Jeez. And I haven't seen Roger Gutierrez Hector Garcia card. I gotta watch that. You know, I'm behind and I'm just exhausted. A little bit of highlights from that. But listen, let me get up out of here. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be putting on my podcast in a couple of days. We launched last week. Thank you to the 400 plus people who have downloaded our podcast since Sunday. So that's like a crazy pace. The Fight View 360 Boxing Podcast. We're available on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Google, and the list goes on. Thanks for watching. I'm getting up out of here. Please subscribe.